Both went gymming, as you can see, physically fit.
And then we had biscuits and tea.
Hey, please don't. You ready? Go. Hello and welcome back to a very, very long-awaited Natalie and Alfred sitting in a tree. It's been a while. I've been to Australia. I came back.
Now I've been right here.
Yeah, handling life. So we thought we would do a Natalie and Alfred sitting in a tree quickly to talk about just general catch-up stuff and coping. And now Natalie copes and what's happening behind the scenes that the camera doesn't always pick up. So yes, Natalie, how was the time here without me? Yearning for me, of course. Standard stuff, really. Eh?
It was hectic. I mean, it's not like I'm not used to it, but I mean, it can get hectic when you don't have like someone to kind of be by your side and just support you, or be there to just like run an errand or something. It's like, it's really hectic, and I'm trying to juggle like Ethan and picking him up and dropping him off and trying to do my stuff, and that was, I think, very hard. So I've slacked off just a little bit.
Doesn't look like you slacked off. While I was in Australia, I saw a lot happening, and I think that for me it's always like, I don't know if it's not just a mental thing, because you do everything the same way almost. Okay, I'm not here, maybe mentally it's like, eh?
Yeah, I think just a little bit of both. I mean, there was one day when I was like completely broke down because I just felt, and maybe, yeah, I mean, maybe it was mental. I just felt like I was like
alone,
trying to do everything and juggle everything, and then the evening came and I just burst into tears because it's just like, oh my god, like I don't know what I'm doing. It's so hard, and I was doing this, doing that, and then this failed, that failed, and it's just like I'm all alone and I'm doing. So yeah, I mean, I agree with you. Maybe it is.
Yeah.
Most of all mental.
So then I am on the phone on the other side of, well, at the bottom end of the world, and then she's crying on the phone now. So now there's, I don't know, like, it's such a difficult thing because you can only say things now, and you can send, like, as much money doesn't fix everything. So like, you can throw money at the problem, but that won't fix it either. Yeah. Not that there's a lot to throw at the problem, but you know what I mean, like.
Yeah, but I mean, not everything takes money. It's just like,
it's emotional.
I think
support,
emotionally,
physically doing things.
It was hectic because, yeah, I felt like there was a point where I felt like I was doing everything on my own, and things were just going wrong in like with the business, and yeah.
So when I leave, it is Natalie's taking on obviously all of Ethan's stuff, which, let's be honest, you do most of anyway. But the other random things that I do, and because I'm my business, just like Natalie's business, I commend her, because I go like, she's a way harder working than me, but my business is all consuming. It's all consuming on every single level, in terms of just not just making of the content for shooting videos for Facebook is the easiest thing I do, because I'm just being myself. We're just rolling the camera through it. But the stuff that you don't see is the admin stuff, is dealing with people and multiple places. Like at the moment, I'm dealing with my Mitchell's Paint show coming up, my Kruger's Dorp show going up, my very big idea I have in my head for my birthday.
Alfred is 40.
I'm getting
in 3 months.
Yes.
Jesus.
So it's all of that stuff, and that never stops. I'm also dealing with people still in Australia. So when they wake up, it's bedtime. You know, it's a lot of stuff. But Natalie has more to do, in my opinion. And so I always like, I try my best, but it's not, I can't compare what I do to what Natalie does, because she literally runs Ethan's life, runs her own life, runs this business, and probably runs a little bit of my life when you know, the scraps fall on the floor. So yeah. What else is there?
Did you check how I kept my cool when you told me that your wallet was gone? I was just like, at that moment I was just like, what next?
No.
What next is gonna go wrong? Like for me in my head.
Yeah. When my wallet disappeared, I didn't tell Natalie because there's nothing she could do. Why add the burden of now thinking, oh, your husband is stuck in a foreign country with no wallet? I've already solved the problem. When I told her, the wallet was gone for more than a week. Then through the grace, you know, I found the wallet was found and. But on my side again, I mean, I think that my biggest thing is, because I enjoy what I do so much, it never feels like I'm working. And but my big thing is when I'm overseas is a very heavy mental burden to my family being far away and me not being able to just fix things. If I, you know, there's a comfort in being there physically. So I watch the cameras. We have cameras in our house, so I can watch them at all times. So I watch the cameras and I, you know, just to sort of get a feeling of what is happening in my house, and you know, make sure that, you know, things are taken care of from a financial perspective, but the physically doing the stuff, right?
Mm-hmm.
So what can you tell me what you're doing next with your big business ideas? Flashy business, fashion.
Nothing that I want to particularly
Natalie,
say.
We haven't spoken about this, but Natalie has achieved 2 years in her own business without having to ask me for a cent and without having a boss. And she's basically, when you know they say bootstraps, Natalie bootstraps. So she sold the first, basically you built this business out of clothes that you bought that you didn't need and sold, and then built.
What do you mean I didn't need them? I needed them at the time.
I've never seen someone stand in front of a closet with so much clothes going, I don't know what to wear. But I mean, it's off your bootstraps.
You know, here's a cupboard here that I looked at this earlier. Did you see me looking at this cupboard? In that cupboard, is away from the bedroom. In that cupboard alone, it's full of clothes. I call them my thin clothes. So when I'm gonna get thin one day, then I'm gonna take out that clothes.
I've also got two.
But I'm not gonna let go of that.
I've also got 2 bales of thin clothes that I don't know when they're coming back. Thin clothes vacuum sealed for at least 6 years.
I'm not letting go of that clothes.
So just congratulations on that. You didn't have a boss for 2 years. You paid the bills for 2 years with this business. It's been rough sometimes. There's been bags that disappeared. There was a 6,000 Rand loss because of a lost package. It was tears for that. But we are here.
Yeah.
And we
it's
are
not
paying...
easy, but damn, it feels so good. It really, really does. I'm not gonna say that it's just all hard. I'm not gonna paint that picture. Like, it's yes, it is hard, but flippin' hell, I would do this over and over again. With all the challenges that I got over these 2 years, I would do it over and over again. Cause like the fact that I literally make my own day. I get to spend so much more time with my son. I get to speak to him during the day about like his things on his side of the business. We pick off each other's brains, and it's just that flexibility of being your own person and making your own thing. And the fact that I can say, like, I earn my own money, I can do it. If I want to buy a pair of shoes, I mean, I don't need to answer to anyone. And I just have that freedom. So but yeah, I mean, obviously the business comes with challenges, and it's not easy, but damn it, I would do it over and over again.
It's been good.
Yeah,
it's been a blessing. In the beginning it was scary, but it's a blessing.
It's so scary.
I'm scared. Like now, I don't know, my oga altyd gaan so so my thing has also been like, I said I knew Natalie could do it because I know her work ethic, I know it would have worked. Maar on the other side of things, I mean, like, yeah, I'm glad you're having, like, it's very fulfilling to build something and it work. It is a very undescribably fulfilling thing. Anyway, that being said, do you want to talk about future plans? What you're doing
for the next 6 months, man. I'm just hoping that I can last for 6 months. Never mind another
1
year.
month at a time, baby.
It's just, I'm loving for the moment, dear.
Yeah. Like we just spoke now. She, like, there's also like mundane stuff. Also, part of Natalie's life is literally like dealing with our admin. She's like, oh no, you know, our funeral cover. Which is like weird stuff we deal with also. Yeah. It's going up by 50 rand.
No, we need to keep those things in place. I mean,
then there's Ethan's life, and then then there's also a lot of dreaming, and also Natalie has a full-time job of fighting me off during the day. Papa's vatterig. Anyway, ek is vatterig. Ek sê vat. Ek gryp. Jy moet hulle laat op hulle toontjies is. Hulle moet weet. Anyway.
Guys, I had so much fun being away from him for 2.5 weeks now.
Don't lie to yourself. Listen, so future plans for you?
Just to make sure that I still have a business in 6 months.
For me, should I tell him? Just a little. Nah, let's leave it. Should I tell him?
You can't keep anything a secret.
No, I don't have. There's nothing concrete yet.
Yeah.
There's nothing concrete yet, but I would like to do a very the show that I'm doing right now. We've done it across the country, and I feel like
I said we should open up another show in Rituals Plain. How do you feel about that?
We've spoken about that. So my fear is obviously that I wouldn't be able to sell, you know, there's only so many tickets available. Like, people don't want to see the same show over and over. So I've obviously started developing something new, but it takes some time. But I haven't done Johannesburg yet, so I want to do a big blowout show in Joburg. And I want to do and I'm thinking of doing like one last run of like one night only big venues like Cape Town, Port Elizabeth, Johannesburg.
For what?
For this show. The final raffle and over my 40th.
To like close the fact
to lock it all up.
Yeah, and then
say this is the last. I'm not coming back to Cape Town with that show again. Or Joburg, whatever. So I just want to do one last hurrah over my birthday month. But I also want it to be like more fancy. I want it to be a fancy grand affair. Do you think I should call it this? Because that's how I want to. It's the same show, but I want to call it a theme. I call it a
What are you gonna wear?
Suits. Almal in suits. Imagine you have a show, nah, at like a theater, like the Lyric Theater, and there's like, Teatro, or the Peter Torin, whatever, like a theater, or Baxter. You have a theater and everyone dresses up in suits. It's called a fancy grand affair. And when we take pictures afterwards, we take pictures all over the audience, you see that allemaal
I'd like to be dressed up again.
Waternat aangetrek. And just the professional shots just looking quiet. Huh? You know that's warm.
Yeah.
Should I do like, so I'm thinking of doing one last big run, but financially it's very taxing because I also have to like pour money into these things and it's nerve-wracking. So say like Natalie goes, just open another night. I have to pay. I have to pay for these venues, pay for the staff, and before that money comes out, I have to pay, you know, so it can fall on its bum, you know, and then you sit there and then you go, I just like, this is a mistake.
Yeah.
But I hope yeah, let's see. I'll make announcements if there's announcements to make. What do you think of the theme? A fancy grand
I want to
affair.
dress up. I want to get out all those dresses and those fancy shoes that we haven't been wearing for 2.5 years.
Imagine the audience. Imagine we get. I imagine in my head photos where I'm standing with my audience members. Almal is waternat aangetrek, and like there's pictures where there's just 10 Owens and me just quiet aangetrek because they came with the suits, and then 10 pictures like with you and just people just aangetrek. I want to give people man. My shows must be an occasion, a celebration of life and culture. The Cook Sisters. Anyway, that's that.
Sisters.
No, I can't do Cook Sisters anymore.
It's gonna be a
The
bit
problem with the Cook Sisters became, I loved it when the shows were small. It was great.
when it was
The bigger the shows got, the more people started fighting over the Cook Sisters.
Yeah.
It became a real problem. Aunties getting involved, and you know, and so that became
No,
a
they
bit.
weren't fighting. There was just no more left.
Yeah, man, it's also not fair. Like some people take 15, and I don't want to tell auntie, I hate to bring a Cook Sister back. You know, it's a bit of a mess.
No, but it worked
was
for
nice.
the smaller shows. Yeah, worked for
It
the
was
small
nice,
shows.
and it was a
great.
nice war like feeling and
Yeah.
all that, and to be the togetherness was lekker. But anyway, anything else to say?
Anything else that you want to say?
No.
How was Australia?
Australia.
Was it successful? Did you have fun?
I had a
that
lot.
was always my thing.
Okay,
that you must have fun.
I had a lot of fun. So just to give you some background on Australia, this is my third trip out. The first 2 trips I did at my own expense to try and build a relationship with the people that produce my shows in that country. It isn't just, they don't just put you on, because there's costs involved and they need to make sure that you can sell, and you also have to have, it's 17,000 Rand minimum, 15 to 17 grand to get a trip to fly there and back. So it was very nice to be able to sell it out and to come back for the first time making a little bit of a profit. Now, it wasn't a fortune, but the audiences really came out and enjoyed themselves, which was fantastic. And I hope I can grow that, because I also don't just play to South African audiences. They are my bread and butter there. They make it very possible for me to be able to make a living there while I'm there. But I also get to perform to variety, like Australian audiences in the shows on the festival. So we sold out. We ended up in the beginning, the Thursday night was just 20 tickets, but at the end of it, that was the lowest one, 35 tickets it ended with, and the rest of the shows all sold out except for one. So I was really fortunate. Yeah.
Look here. Oh, okay. Go
No.
on. How's Grahamstown?
Grahamstown, there's a problem with that ticketing system. I think people have booked tickets and it's not displaying, but I have been speaking to them. I'm going to be there from the 23rd of June to the 26th.
You sure that it's not at 0?
No, it's not at 0. These people have bought tickets. I also have this wild plan of trying to do a show in Grahamstown at the theatre there, but it's baie moeilik om die regte mense in die hande te kry, but
So wild.
well, let's see if it works out. If it doesn't, I'm just going to let it be.
Is there
but,
only one theatre there?
There's this nice theatre there, and I just don't know who to speak
Where
to.
is Grahamstown?
Grahamstown is on your way from here too. You split, the road splits. You can either Grahamstown, Kraddock to go to Portugal. So, yes, I'm thinking of doing a show in Grahamstown just around that same time, but there's nothing confirmed yet. And then, of course, I know Namibia. I want to do you guys. So I'm coming. I'm busy with that, and I'm busy with Kimberley. I haven't forgotten. There's just a bit of issue on the theatre side, but if this doesn't work out, we'll find another way. Marco. Anyway, have a fantastic day. We're both been jumping, as you can see, basically.
And give me a biscuit and tea.
Hey, please stop.